Oh, hello, welcome to the stream. Finally back streaming. I'm gonna be doing some iRacing today. The GT4, the Mount Panorama.
Okay, pit speed is 31 miles per hour.
Got no game. There we go.
Okay, all showing us a black flag. All clear here, watch the line. We've got 3 laps to surface penalty. We're going to need to pit for repairs here.
Oh.
There we go. See if that works any better. Guess not. well. Yeah. What the hell was that? Sorry, I didn't see anybody in chat because I don't see the chat unless the game's down. So, hey Gisby, hey Stephanie, how's it going? And this is just testing everything out, so if the game audio is low, let's see if that helps. Oh, hey Yog, I didn't see you, just going through all the messages. And welcome to the stream, everybody. Let me know how the audio and everything is doing if you can, and I'll rate it as soon as I can. Wasn't even sure my chat got connected because it wasn't connecting yesterday. But it was very nice to see you guys out there today. As I said, I'm just getting in some practice today and checking to make sure the stream's going to be all set. And I really suck in the rain, so I'm going to try this. So it should be interesting. Let's see, is it a fixed setup? Whoops. Yeah, fixed setup. And as you can see, I do use the racing line. Because I'm not good with it. Ooh, she's slick. Never liked racing in the rain. Yeehaw! Just gotta be careful of the brakes right there. And everywhere. come on. See, I cut the course. Ooh, I wonder why. Oh my god, what the fuck? Man, these things slide around way too easy in the rain. Yeah, I was just practicing the GT4 Bathurst. And yeah, it was pretty fun in the GT4s. And now that I've figured out how to move chat, I should be able to see you guys a little easier. And maybe even be able to read while I'm racing. Okay, I'll show you guys what's going on here. This is the error that I'm getting through YouTube Studio. For some reason it's saying that it's not really connected very well. And I don't understand why. And if I go into stream settings, So use a smaller bit rate. Let's see if I can get you my stream settings here. So leave the bit rate at 10,000. Latency, low latency. And where is that? Okay, so I have to change the latency before I start the stream up. Oh, I hate that my chat keeps disappearing. I'll have to open my stream on my other computer because I'm streaming from the same computer as I'm gaming. I haven't set up the two computers separate yet. Lowest latency now, get confusing with high latency as I don't remember what I said 30 seconds ago, that's someone. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Maybe I can get RSR on in Hangout and see if I can get him to help me out and now my YouTube chat's on my second computer and I don't have to worry about it. I don't understand why it won't show up on the screen. Oh, Jeff's in Hangout right now. The problem, Stephanie, is I can't see my chat while I'm racing. And I just want to make sure all my settings are right. Plus, I do have two PCs. I'm supposed to be streaming from one PC and gaming on the other. But right now, I'm streaming and gaming on the same PC, which is not what I want. I think that's one of the things that's causing low latency and problems with the FPS right now, because my FPS is jumping around, well, it was jumping around like crazy. But I did get a monster of a computer. I decided to grace myself since I've been through so much shit in the last year, with my wife passing and my brother passing and all the bullshit that I've gone through since my wife passed, and trying to get the insurance, life insurance and all her benefits out. Yeah, I do have a tablet. I do want to set it up, but it's right now it's got all my wife's stuff on it because it was hers. And I got to bring it to Verizon to have it cleared because she put the locks on it and has it attached to our Verizon account. So I know the password to get in it, but I can't change anything because I don't know what email she used. So I do plan on using that later on. Yeah, I did. I did open up the YouTube browser and I'm watching it on my second computer right now to read the chat, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to look way up in the air to see the chat, and that screen is actually a lot smaller, so I have a hard time reading it. But that's how I got it set up right now. I can see the chat and I can read it fairly well right now. I'm just gonna, I think, probably magnify the screen a little bit. Ugh. But yeah, so I went out and I don't know if you guys saw the messages that I put on, or the pictures that I put on for my new PC and my new setup. Got triples, got two PCs. My original PC that I built, excuse me, that's Ryzen 7 7800 um, with a 9060 XT 16 gigabyte video card and 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes. The new PC, I got it off Amazon, so but it's a Skytech gaming computer. It's all white, and all brick, lightly brick, uh, shining, and all colorful. It's got a Ryzen 9 9900X 3D with 32 gigabytes of RAM. I got a 9070 this time with the 16 gigabytes of RAM, and still the 2 terabytes. I'm actually thinking about saying heck with it and taking the RAM out of the RAM and the hard drive out of the old PC, putting it into the new PC. That way I have 64 gigabytes of RAM and 4 terabytes of hard drive, and saying heck with it with my second PC. But yeah, I would like to set it up because I do like having the two PCs. I do like having the triples set up with nothing on the screen except for the game and my overlays. I'd much rather have everything else on my second PC. So that is the ultimate goal. And RSR was helping me, and I had my triples set up completely different to what he knew. So we went through all my games and reset up all the triples, and we were just about to set up the actual stream itself, and I got a major migraine. My family has problems with the blood vessels in their eyes, and my mother, my grandmother, there's quite a few other people, and my uncle, quite a few people in my family have had this problem. The blood vessels get constricted and they don't allow the blood to flow through, and it causes almost like you would see in a sci-fi movie where the sky cracks open and into another dimension or whatever, and you see that crack as a line, and I see those lines when the blood vessels start constricting, and it causes blind spots and causes migraines if it's bad enough. Which lately it hasn't been all that bad. This past weekend, I had a real bad one when RSR was trying to help me, and I ended up pretty much passing right out completely. So yeah, it wasn't a good thing. So we ended up stopping there, and I just set this up myself. I just basically downloaded OBS on the monster computer and said heck with it, and just decided to start streaming on one. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I will go over and chat with Jeff for a little bit, see if he wants to help out. But yeah, it's good to be on iRacing. I've been missing racing with all of you guys for the last frickin' almost a year. And I've been trying to frickin' set up a goddamn computer. No, it hasn't been a year. It's been well, actually no, because my wife was diagnosed back in last June, and she passed. I was 7 months, and it was long before then that I've been having problems with my PCs. Come to find out, I don't know if I told all of you, but come to find out, all the problems that I had with my PC when I was building it, and all the shutdowns and missing files, and couldn't get a good signal. Come to find out, that was all because the hard drive was locked to the motherboard, and I was using the hard drive out of my original PC, which was just a pre-built junk one that I bought for $400 off on eBay. And apparently, when the guy rebuilt it and put it was basically what was it, a Dell Optiplex, and he put a NVIDIA 4060 in it, and decided to sell it as a gaming computer. Which it actually wasn't too bad, but he ended up locking somehow. He locked the hard drive. But yeah, he locked the hard drive to the motherboard, and I tried taking the hard drive and putting it into the PC that I was building, and it wouldn't accept all the updates in the on the motherboard, so it was really screwing everything up, and it wasn't allowing the video card to do what it was supposed to. Hi Cap, nice to see you. Welcome aboard. We're just talking right now. This is the first stream back for a very long time. Just talking about how I screwed up all my PCs, and now I got a monster of a PC. Thanks, Gisby. I'm going to be happy once I get everything completely set up and I can just turn it on and start racing and having fun. And once I get more content, and I can actually start racing with you guys a lot more often. Because that's been my goal this whole time, but as you guys know, I've been having some personal issues at home that's kept me from doing a lot of anything. So I'm way out of practice. But yeah, visuals are good and everything, guys. Let's see what I can do. Oh, black flag. Haha. Woohoo! Love those curbs. Just checking the grass, making sure it's short enough, you know. Thanks, Cap. Good to be back. I think I might go back to Panorama. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I got a black flag. Haha. Yeah, I have never been good on in the rain. I might as well be on ice. Just like that. Might as well be on ice. I don't know what it is about the rain. Well, I know what the problem is. I'm just way too heavy-footed. We actually got a good snowstorm last night. We were supposed to get, what was it, 12 to 18 inches? Ended up getting about 4. But the wind was, oh my god. There was actually a complete whiteout for about an hour last night. I couldn't see out my slider to the neighborhood across the street. And I'm probably going to have to shut down here in a little while and make sure that the plow guys don't tow my car. But oh yeah, and I also made another purchase. It's not going to be in for a little while, but I got the PXN VD6 wheel and base. And of course, it doesn't come with very many attachments for wheels. But I actually got another faceplate with a rim that I can take the round rim from the original, and I'm getting a formula wheel for it. So it's just gonna mount right over and I just gotta take out the 3 bolts and mount it in. So I should be getting that right around the 12th, or no later than the 12th. It's supposed to be. Who the heck's in here with me? Yeah. I got the PXN VD6. And it's very similar to the Moza, but Moza has way more of an ecosystem. But I have 1 Newton meter more than Moza, because Moza has the R5, which goes up to the 5 Newton meters. I think maximum is 6, but it sets at 5. Mine's a VD6, which has a constant 6 Newton meters. But if I would have gone with the VD10, they have their attachment, or I don't know what it is. What I can't remember what the collar is. That way you can switch wheels back and forth. But the QR. the QRs are different for the VD6 and the VD10. The VD10 has the updated QR on it, so you can actually switch out with any base or any wheel rim. The VD6 and the VD4, both of those are with the old QR, so they don't take on very many of the aftermarket wheels and rims. So I did find one online. It was only $150. It's not a whole rim, but it is the plating and the handles for the F1 wheel. So that should be coming in. Other than that, you can't really find it. I did find on AliExpress, but for some reason, AliExpress and what's the overlay for iRacing that Paul Garnham uses? Oh, the IR Drive. For some reason, they constantly want me to go through PayPal to pay for everything. And I do not like PayPal. My wife was hacked like 3 times out of the 3 times that she used PayPal. So I don't really care for PayPal. Yeah, I was thinking about getting that app for the text-to-speech. I do like that, and I think in that app you can actually separate the sounds. That way, it only talks to you out of the text-to-speech. I know I'm not very fun right now. It's for me. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. I've already been up for 4 hours. And I'm thinking about going back to Panorama because I do got to practice in the wet though. Definitely got to practice in the wet, but Panorama's got the GT4s. I might do a 20-minute race. Might do a couple of those today, a little bit later on. I gotta kind of wait until the plow guy comes through, or I'm gonna end up missing them. And they like to tow cars around here when you don't move them for the snow guy. And pretty soon, as soon as I get the stream all set up the way I want it, I'm gonna start doing a regular stream during the week. I'm gonna be doing iRacing and remove the spaces. I can't post links. I have no idea what that means. I don't know how to remove spaces or... Oh, there's another endurance at Bathurst this weekend with the GT4s. I just get a new pad for my seat so my butt won't hurt so much, so I might actually try that. I'll have to get some practice in this week. I was just doing it and I got into the 215s, almost into the 214s. The best lap for the lobby I was in was a 213.1. So, and he was a A-rated driver, so must not be too far off pace. But I definitely got a lot of time to make up on Panorama. So yeah, I am liking the VD6 and the PXN wheel. I know PXN isn't the best of companies, but they are up and coming, are getting a lot better lately. Like I said, very similar to Moza. They just don't have the ecosystem, the size ecosystem as Moza does. Oh, that's multi-class too. Ooh. I thought, yeah, it was just a 20-minute race. It's GT4. So. But yeah, it's actually got presets in the control panel, and it's got presets for all three games that I use for it, which is iRacing, LMU, and I've actually been getting into American Truck Simulators a lot lately. That is a freaking awesome game. And since I used to be a truck driver, oh my god, does it bring back memories and feelings. The first time I drove it, I had my ultra wide, the 49-inch ultra wide, and oh my god, I so want to get myself set up with the steering wheel and shifter and all that stuff. And I watch a guy called Armstrong Gaming and Bad May, two of the streamers for American Truck Simulators, and holy cow, the setup that Armstrong has, triple 55-inch widescreens for his screens. He's downgrading them because he realized after he bought them that they were way too big, and he's going down to 43s. But he's got the shifter, he's got steering wheels, he's got like 10, 15 steering wheels, different, he's got the attachment to have the switches for turn signals and all that stuff. Freaking unreal. But just the scenery and stuff in that game is just absolutely freaking beautiful. And the weird thing about it, and I think one of the things that keeps me so involved in American Truck Simulators, is inside the cab I can put things all around, like in the cup holders I can put drinks and all that stuff. Well, I downloaded a mod that adds a bunch of new stuff to that, and one of the things that it adds is people. It gives me a passenger in my passenger seat, and it was just after my wife passed that I found this, and unbelievably, there is one girl in there, dress and all, looks almost identical to my wife. So in every truck I have right now that I can put her in, she's my passenger. Alright, let's go do some driving. I'm gonna go back to Panorama, I think. Last race there was only 10 drivers, and might actually go by the Spa track. no one's raced it. Oh, dude, Gisby, if you get that ATS, you'll fall in love with it. I don't know if you like if you like truck driving or if you're interested in it, but oh my god, it's fucking hilarious. There's in the workshop and in your Steam, I'll show you. Oh, where is it? Where's the workshop? It's usually down here. Where the heck is the workshop? There it is. I don't know why it didn't show up. But these are mods right here for the game. There's a lot of them that will shut your game down, but there's also a lot of them. I mean, 12,468. But these are all mods that you can put into the game and attach them, and that way you can do different things in the game. And there's another section called Pro Mods that if you sign up for it online, you're a mechanic. Oh, I forgot you were a mechanic. But yeah, I was trying to get Jeff into this too, because this game is fucking unreal. The sounds, the physics, and if you see a check mark like that on any of these, those ones that I already have, like this physics one, it allows the game to add more physics to it, to your wheel and everything, so you feel a little bit more. Canadian Traffic Trailer Pack. But yeah, you just gotta kind of mix and match and look for ones that you like. And I got all these, the big T beacons and LED beacons. Those are all added lights that wouldn't necessarily be in the game, but yeah, it's an awesome game. I think you like it, and we can also create. Yeah, Mike has been on American Truck Sim. I did talk to him the other day on Bad Maze stream, he was actually in a chat with him, which Bad May is one of the bigger um, content creators for American Truck Simulators, and he's out in Las Vegas. But yeah, Mike was talking to him, and I chimed in, and yeah, he said that racing was getting to him so much that it was affecting his personal life, so he got out of it and he started doing this American Truck Simulator, and he's loved it, and he hasn't turned back since. So that's why he hasn't been around the racing scene, because he is a full board American Truck Sim person now. Which actually, I could actually show you it. I can turn it on. Let's see. Yeah, I'll shut down the iRacing and turn that on for a little bit. This is one of those screens that I had to download to be able to run the triples for American Truck Sim after we separated it from the way I did it. So now I gotta start the game up. And don't ask me why, but American Truck Simulator, for some reason, every time I open it up, it's got to download through Steam. So yeah, after I open it up, I gotta do this to get my triples to work. Every time. So now my triples work. Oh, why don't I have sound? There we go. So this is American Truck Sim. Yeah, he lost his dog. I did bother him, but he's lost him before, and it did affect him. It did add to the problem, but I don't think that was the big reason he left racing. It was more he couldn't take the attitudes from other people and the criticism and yeah, just the stupidity of people. He just couldn't deal with that anymore. So he doesn't have, you don't get that with American Truck Sim because there's no real competition. It's just a bunch of people out having fun. So, but yeah, this is my truck. And you can go in here, you can find jobs, these external contracts, and there's stipulations with those. Anything with the contract or external market with these are online, so they have stipulations to them, like all these external contracts. Your truck's governed for 65 miles an hour, so no matter where you are, you can only do 65 miles an hour. But if you do the freight or the cargo market, freight market means you're picking up somebody else's trailer that's already loaded. Cargo market means you have a trailer and you're gonna load them. quick jobs, you use somebody else's truck and trailer, and you just do a quick job and you're done. You can do them anywhere, all over the country. But I usually try to stick to the freight market. Those aren't online, but I'm not governed to anything, so I can speed, I can take different directions. You can get fined for doing stupid shit like speeding, running red lights, running different things, and you can set the sensitivity to that. You can you can put it where you go 3 miles an hour over, and you're gonna get busted. And it doesn't matter if there's a cop around, you're still gonna get busted. They got way stations. They got agricultural check-in stations, which check for invasive plant species being crossed over borders. And they have these over here, which are live events. These are events, as you can see, Hearts in Bloom. It was a Valentine's event down in Louisiana. Since Louisiana was a new map, they decided to do a special event in it. So anything, there was certain trailers that you could take in and out of Louisiana, and it goes to this Hearts in Bloom, and I did 7 of 14 of those trailers. They are very easy to do. They're not difficult at all. They're not heavy. They're just a regular trailer. And you do point A to point B. But yeah, I love this game. I've been playing this more than anything lately. And it does get kind of boring. You can, because of some of the areas that you're in, you can have long, boring trips out in the desert where you don't see really much of anything, and you're doing 75 miles an hour, and it feels like you're doing about 30. This is one of the service stations, plus it's a Peterbilt dealership. You got dealers, you got different trucks you can buy. As you can see, there's different types of trucks and all kinds of stuff. There's different attachments. Here you got your map. And these are areas. The red is a service station. The purple over here is the dealership. The beds are rest areas, gas. This gray thing right here is a scale. And all the ones in yellow are all the roads that I've actually been on. Oh, what happened to my map? Yeah, different areas, different things to see, different companies. All these are companies that I can pick up from or drop off to. And once you pick a job, you can go in and pick where your starting point, where you want to, or the closest point you want to start from, and it'll give you all the jobs around that area. As you can see, they're all leaving Albuquerque, but going to different destinations. And as you can see, you get, for this job up here, it's 88,500 pounds. Going to Lake Charles. If you click on it, it gives you the route that you're going to take. for the GPS. It's going to pay out a full amount of $141,870 at $128 a mile. I don't even know if I could take that. Oh, that's just it. What this game gives me, John, you can sit for as long as you want. You can do short runs. You can do long runs. Here, I'll show you. There's different attributes that you can get. So these are the skill points. As you can see, I've got just about all of them, except for the hazardous up here. I haven't done any of those yet. But yeah, you can carry all the gases and diesel and fuel and all that stuff. High value cargo, fragile cargo. And then you got just in time and fuel economy. But if you want to just do short trips, only have 2 of these. Your trips won't be over 500-600 miles, which that's about the distance it takes you to get tired. It'll probably take you to do that 500 to 600 miles. It'd probably take you a total of an hour of actual sitting there in game driving it to well, actually not an hour, probably about 45 minutes for 600 miles. And then once you get into driving, you have this down here, and as you can see, well, you might not be able to see, down in the left hand corner or down in the right hand corner, you'll see the GPS, and in that top part, that's got your miles per hour, it's got the time of day that you're at, and then it's got a little bed with 13 hours. That's how much time you have until you have to go to sleep. So you have 13 hours after you wake up to do whatever driving and everything you need, and then you have to take a break and take a rest. And basically, you do what I just did. You park in a parking spot and hit the enter button, and it puts you to sleep and wakes you back up and when you need to, and you take right back off. So yeah, it's a very in-depth game. It's very intuitive. It works great with the wheel and everything. I think I'm going to try this one. So this is just a warning that I'm taking a heavy cargo, which if there was anything out of the ordinary that would not allow me to take this, one of these would be lit up and would show that I need something different, that it's not going to be able to take the job. So now my GPS is set. I don't have a trailer, so I'm doing what they call bobtailing. So you'll probably hear my brakes lock up quite a bit. Because they are very sensitive on when you don't have a trailer. You barely touch those brakes and they lock up on you. But where I don't have a shifter or anything, I have to have everything on automatic, at least for the transmission to shifting. set your buttons right. You got cruise control. You got your blinkers. And the only thing I don't like about the cruise control is it jumps up to 5 miles an hour. And you can't do little increments. It's only 5 miles an hour. Unless you actually are doing a speed and you set it. But if you try to increase or decrease by buttons only, it goes by every 5 miles an hour. But like right now, if I just turn it off and accelerate and then turn it back on, now it's set for 71. And there's Granny telling me my directions. I do know I do believe the paddles do work for gears, but the way truck transmissions are, if I only use the paddles, I'll have to bang through every gear. And with truck gears, like where I'm bobtailing, this is the transmission that I have in it now is an 18 speed. So could you imagine banging through 18 gears? And that's and with the paddle shift, you have to go through each gear. You can't skip gears. So with the automatic, it automatically skips gears and allows you to use the full potential of the transmission instead of sitting there banging through gears. And as you bang through those gears, you're also using up a lot more fuel, which you don't want to do in this game. And you do have to fuel up. You have to take breaks. You have to fuel up. You have to service your vehicle. So it's a pretty in-depth game, but it's so easy to run and use. And if you have triples, you don't have to move the mouse around to to check your view or to look out your side windows or anything. You got the triples, you can actually just turn your head. So yeah, now that I'm at the place, you stop and you make sure that the load's still here. And you just take the job. Even though you already accepted it, you don't actually take the job until you get here. So if it takes you a while to get here, the job might not be here when you get here. But as you can see, that arrow up there, that's pointing to where the job is and where the trailer is. And I actually, since I was a truck driver, I actually have it on advanced coupling, which means I actually have to back up underneath the trailer and get it right, or it won't hook up. And if you don't have it on advanced, you can do just the auto, and that means you get near the trailer and it'll automatically hook up. But in order to start, even with a automatic transmission, you have to put it into, with the paddle shifters, you have to put it into reverse in the first gear. Once you're in gear and moving, you don't have to do anything. But that first initial putting it in gear and dropping it down to reverse, you have to do that by your paddles. And yeah, you do have to take corners wide to make sure your trailer gets around. This trailer that I'm on that I have right now is an extra long trailer, It's actually got 3 different pivot points. And you have to take corners, and just like this exit, I have to go all the way across the street to get out of here, or I'm going to hit the fence. That's why I'm waiting for the cars to move so I can get out of here. And then you got idiots like that, because now he ain't gonna move. You get fined for any damage, any accidents. Like this stop sign, just as long as I slow down, don't have to actually stop. But if there was a cop sitting there, I probably would get a ticket for running a red stop sign. And although you hear Granny does get ornery, but I don't know why she isn't with me. I must have a setting wrong. But yeah, so this is the view. Usually my wife's sitting next to me, but this truck for some reason doesn't have those added parts in it. So as you can see down in the bottom right hand corner now, some information has been added to that GPS. Down in the bottom it actually has how long it's supposed to take me to get there. The total time driving for this job is going to be 18 hours 11 minutes. Got 1,090 miles, and I have 51 hours and 13 minutes to get this job done. So since I have 12 hours of driving left, I can get down to about 6 hours left of driving time to complete the job for tomorrow. So in probably about 11 hours I'm going to take a break, go fill up the truck, and take a nap, which only takes a few seconds, and then take off, finish the trip. So this probably take me about 45 minutes to do this run in real time, but in game time it's going to be about 18 hours. And the one stupid thing that I don't like about this game is where they compress the United States, the map, so it wouldn't be so big, and so it wouldn't actually take hours to do some of these runs. So they compress the map. Once they compressed it, you'll notice in a lot of areas that you'll go from, you'll get a speed limit like, okay, here it turns to 65. Alright, you'll get up to 65. By the time you get up to 65, it's going to drop down to 45. And then you start dropping down from 45, and like 100 yards later, there's another sign for 25. And then a couple hundred yards down the thing, you'll be back up to 80. But the compression kind of really screwed up where the signs are, and how close they are together between raising and lowering the speed limits. When you're on the turnpikes, it's not bad. It's when you're off the turnpikes and you're on routes, like going through the desert. You'll be coming up to a town, you'll be out there doing 75, 80 miles an hour, in the desert, and then you'll start coming up to a town, and all of a sudden, bang, you got to drop down to 55, and then as soon as you see the 55-mile-an-hour sign to drop down for, all of a sudden, bang, there's a sign right after it that's 35, and bang, another one for 25. But it's good fun. You ought to try it. And if the game's that cheap right now, buy it, because you could end up spending about $200 on DLCs and add-ons. But like I said, there's a group called Pro Mods. You have to sign up for them online, and they actually have added. They actually have additives to the map. They're good. They actually have Canadian regions. So I believe they do British Columbia. They have maps for there, so you'll actually be driving in Canada. And I know one of them has Alaska, and a couple more United States states. So the Pro Mods have actually added to the game, and they're actually coming up with the new areas that ATS is going to be adding to the original game. Yeah, Euro Truck Simulator and ATS they're both made by the same company, the same gaming company. So they virtually are the same game, just different areas. Good move. Yeah, absolutely no reason for him to jump over like that, but just because he did. But I also have a mod on, oh, excuse me. This game's traffic basically has no idea you're there. The regular traffic in this game, it has no idea that you're there. It does not monitor you. It does not know where you are. So you could be going, through an intersection, and a person at a red light coming through the intersection that's taking a right-hand turn will pull out and hit you. They have no idea that you're there. And they don't stop. They'll turn into you, on these on-ramps. If you're beside them or even ahead of them, they don't care. They won't hit their brakes. They're just gonna run into you. But there's mods out there that you can add on free. There's paid ones and there's free ones, but there's some free ones out there that you can add. Like with mine, I have Real Traffic Simulator, and it basically changes all the habits to all the AI in the game, so they act more real. It actually monitors where you are, so cars do avoid you instead of ramming into you. But yeah, this game is awesome. The day-night features are beautiful. I mean, look at the sky scenery right now, and there is the moon, and with different mods, you can actually get out of your truck and walk around. And there's other mods in this game where you can drive regular vehicles around. You can go and get a pickup and drive it around. I don't know if you can do jobs on there, but with regular vehicles, but you can definitely use regular vehicles in the game. I'm gonna have to go and check. Oh, there's an accident, so you gotta avoid that. They will try and block you off with these to keep you from going where you're supposed to go. They'll block off exits and directions, that way you have to take alternate routes or find new ways around. I usually just go off-roading. Yeah, right here, this would be one of those long, boring roads that is out in the desert. Especially at night, you don't really get to see the scenery so that good. Yeah, you can actually learn the roads because these are all actual routes. These are all actual roads that are in the United States. So you could actually learn all the routes to get everywhere. I can't wait until they get New England in this, but the content creators, everybody's been telling me it's going to be, basically anywhere between 5 and 10 years before we even see the East Coast on this game. Because I guess they're pushing for the Canadian spots first before they finish off the United States. Don't ask me why they do that, but kind of asinine to add in another country before you're even halfway filled up the United States. I think it's about time to take a break and go smoke. I haven't smoked at all yet this morning. Going by fucking quick too. Almost 7. Yeah, I gotta start watching for the plow guy. He usually starts. He's probably gonna be coming in here pretty soon. So yeah, John, if you get this game, the only difference, I don't even know if they have. I don't know if you can actually see the Nürburgring on the map. I haven't actually got into. I don't watch anybody on Euro Truck Simulator. I watch all the American Truck Simulator people. surprised I didn't get a speeding ticket. Oh, that's right, it's at night, no cops out. Haha. Even with a cop around, you should not get a speeding fine or a ticket unless you're 5 over. Or you hold on to. No, it's actually 5 over. Once you're 5 over, you should get a speeding ticket, but since I got real traffic on, there actually has to be a cop around for me to get a speeding ticket. That would be hilarious to be able to pull onto the Nürburgring and actually bring a rig out there. Could you imagine driving rigs on the Nürburgring? Holy shit. You definitely wouldn't be seeing any passing. Oh, there's a cop sitting there. And you can roll the truck. I've rolled a few of them already. Go around the corner too much and it will roll over. It's funny as hell seeing. But as you can see, in all the time, in the little bit of time that we had been here, I was at 1,090 miles. I only have 740 left, so you can see how fast the miles go down compared to time-wise. I mean, I sat here yesterday off and on, but I played for actual gaming time. I probably played for about 6 hours, and I did like 12 deliveries. And some of those deliveries were up around 1,800 miles a piece, where I'd have to stop twice to take breaks and sleep and keep going. But yeah, just the scenery and the different things you can do, different motors, different transmissions, different body styles, different lengths, different the total different cargoes that you can carry. Like I've always loved heavy cargo. I don't really care for just grabbing a freaking box trailer and running it down the road. To me, that's kind of boring. There's no real skill involved to driving a regular trailer around, but something like this that's an extra 40 feet long compared to a trailer, and it's got 3 pivot points. You can't back this trailer up, so when you deliver, you just drive into a spot and then it takes care of you, because the 3 pivot points, you cannot they cockeye each other, and no matter which way you turn, every one of them are going to go in a different direction. So you cannot back this a trailer like this up. You can back up a regular flatbed, which they do have. This is just a heavy cargo transport trailer. Oh good, I get to bypass the way station. Don't have to stop. One of the guys said, I don't know why they have these in the game, because they're pretty much useless. All they do is waste time. And I said, well, that's why they have them in the game, because, in real life, those things waste a lot of time. You could spend a good hour or two sitting at one of those just trying to get weighed and just trying to get authorized to move to keep going. where this game does keep the damage to your vehicle and maintenance, I'm sure if you go through one of those way stations with a bad truck, they give you a fine, pull you over, and make you tow the truck to a service station to get fixed. So there is reasons for it to be in the game, just people don't think it's worth it, but it's a simulator. There's way stations out there on the road. They pull you in. Most of the time they don't do anything to you except for check your logbook and check what you got on for a load, but they barely ever actually check your truck. So yeah, they're a big waste of time, but yet they're also, they keep a lot of safety on the roads too, because they get a lot of people off the roads that shouldn't be on, and especially when it comes to weight. Every company out there in real life is trying to overload every truck because it costs money to ship things. So the more you can put on a truck, the less it's going to cost to ship the truck. Oh, that was my speeding violation. And I was right at the speed limit sign to go up. When I first set up the triples on this, oh yeah, definitely. DOT over here, Department of Transportation, who runs all that, they have no care in the world as to how long they have you wait. And they will intentionally waste your time to get you in trouble with your companies. DOT over here really sucks. Luckily, my trucking career, I didn't really have to deal with them all that much. I did get busted twice going through a way station, both because I was overweight. Once was both of them were in a dump truck. And I was doing paving, we were over the road, and my boss told me to go pick up a certain amount. I went and picked it up, and they it put me 500 pounds over the limit. And when I went through the way station, and they noticed that I already dropped my axle, so I was at full weight, and I was 500 pounds over. They actually made me dump out the asphalt into the parking lot, and then refill the truck. So I had to, the company that I was working for actually had to rent or bring down their Bobcat or skid steer. I had to dump out the load onto the pavement in the parking lot, and then you had to put most of the load back into my truck, and then on a second truck they had to put the extra 500 pounds of asphalt that I was over, or whatever weight that I was over. They had to put to a different truck. They couldn't just put it on the back of the flatbed. The skid steer had come on, transported on. It had to go into a truck, and they wouldn't. DOT would not allow us to leave until it was done, and it took 3 days my truck sat in the DOT yard. It was one of those blockages. Time to go around. So yeah, I ended up, just because of 500 pounds extra asphalt on the truck, I ended up losing 3 days of work. Which at $250 a day, yeah, that hurt me quite a bit. Alright, I gotta stop and take a break and go check on, make sure the plowing guys haven't gotten here. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just gonna pause it. If it's still here, it gives me the DOT around here are worse than prison guards. They dress just like them, but they're all in dark black. Or, black or real dark navy blue. But yeah, they are pricks. Wicked bad. They do not have any tolerance for anything. I think the oh shit, I can't even think. I think your main attribute to be in DOT is to be a severe asshole. It's pretty sad when even local cops call them assholes. Because they are. They only deal with the roads and commercial vehicles. So they deal with the road maintenance and they deal with all commercial vehicles. And they think that because of that, they are the rulers of the world, basically. So, what they say goes. And no matter what, you gotta listen to them. And if you don't, you're gonna be in some big trouble. Don't know if I can get around this. I think I bumped the driver's side on the rail. But nothing came up for damage. That's definitely one thing. They like to mess with you on this game and block you off. Sometimes. Not very often. I got that down. You can actually set how often they do that. And yeah, they don't get to do it. I think I got it at like 20% or 30% right now. This truck, freaking flying. get another pair of headphones. I think I'm just gonna go with a wired set because I'm getting aggravated with all these Bluetooth and frickin' USB things frickin' crackling and not attaching right. I can't even do my frickin' volume right now, so I can barely even hear the truck in my own headset. Biggest problem is I keep on going cheap, and cheap don't last for nothing. I rip out the freaking microphones or the wires or fray everything. I will be doing some more racing later, so I'm not going to be doing this all day. I might end up. I was thinking about doing racing on the weekdays, early morning, because I got to start going out and doing DoorDash. Try to make some money. I still don't know what my finances are. I've gotten life insurance back, which was more than even what my wife, I believe, remembered that she had. But it wasn't a lot. And it's oh shit! I missed a turn. Damn it. I got 3 hours until I need to sleep, so I gotta look for a place. Let's have me turn around and go back here. That would be a good place to stop, but it's... Excuse me, sorry. I don't think I can make it down to this one. That one's only got sleep, but I shouldn't need fuel. So we'll get to this one. Oops. So do that. That's 134 miles. I should make it. Oh, lucky I used to be a truck driver. I know how to drive. Know how to avoid shit. Yeah, the game has a training, so it teaches you how to drive also if you need to. Oops. Keep left and keep right. Oh shit, I ain't gonna make it to that other rest area. I'm gonna have to go to this first one. Not that one, but this one. I am not gonna make it to the other one. That one's just too far off the path. Cancel that one. Alright, let's go. Oh shit. Thought I was on cruise control. I gotta change the delay. Put it down to like a 5-second delay instead of a 20-second. Oh, not this one, it's the next one. Ooh, I almost rolled it. I'm probably gonna get bypass on a way station. I don't know if the way station's right here. Okay, good. Uh-oh. No, I can't. Because then it puts me by here, so I'm, yeah. Figures. That sucks. this is a service station right over here. And just stop on the icon, hit the button. You can do truck maintenance, which I always replace all instead of repair, which is mostly tires. And then you can configure a truck and trailer. This is the truck. Those are the body styles. These are the axles and frame, motor. 725 horse. This is the one that I'm using right now, the Caterpillar. 725 horse. Has the foot-pounds of torque, Newton meters, RPMs. I should put this motor back on. That's a fun one. This doesn't have as much power. And there's plenty of them. These are, as you can see, I have Bad May. He's one of the mods. Well, he's one of the content creators, Bad May, and him and his wife. And he designed his own motor and transmissions. And he actually put electrics in, electric hybrids. And then he has his own transmission, which is this one, which is an Ultra Shift, which is one that I'm using, 18 speed. And these are his Tesla transmissions, electric transmissions. And then all your paint jobs, you have different styles, different. Oh, I didn't even see this one. I might have to check that one out later, but I do like this. Kind of reminds me of the Knight Rider. But you got all kinds of different paint jobs and styles, and then you can get into just regulars, so you can create your own. And then you got your accessories for the exterior. If there's anything new, it would have a star on it, but like air dams, bumpers, grills. Side skirts, all your different things, even your exhaust. Damn it, I had to get rid of that to have a exterior exhaust, but I'll keep it the way it is. I love that. That looks sharp. No new sun visors yet. And then you got your interior. This is basically just your dash. And this is where usually the girl would be, but you know, all these different points. You can put items. So let's see if she's going to appear yet. These are all the different items. No, it's going too fast. Usually she'd be down even further. Even in the back, I got stuff. Fishing poles, computer. this truck, but I think I'm gonna switch it out. I'll show you another one with my girl in it. So these are all the trucks that I have, at least on this profile. The other profile, I got a whole company working right now. Employees and different trucks and different trailers. But these are my trucks. This is the one I started out with, the Mac. I never kept upgrading it. There's still a lot more I can upgrade on it if I want to. Like the 70-inch sleeper. Oh, the medium needs to be. So it's got the 48 on it right now. What do I have for axles? Which one do I get the medium 6x4, so if I put the longer one on, then yes, I get the longer sleeper. And the engine and transmission. Why don't I have the Volvo in there? Oh, that's alright though. 730 horse. That's a beast of a transmission. Oh, I got the Tesla. Don't want the Tesla transmission in that no more. And I like the darker ones. Darker ones, but a little bit plain. I'll go with that. Oh, that's mint. Alright, let's look at some accessories. Not many of them. Sun visor. I want the white lights or orange lights. I'll go with the orange lights. Main mirror. With the chrome, go with the classic. Handrails chromed. Door handles chromed. Cab panels. Got the orange side flares. Exhaust, I got that. Side skirts, got that. Tank. 284 gallon. Mud guards, chrome. hood. Bug deflector. Oh, I didn't have the bug deflector on there. Bull bar. Grill. Bumper. Don't want the banner. Don't want front flags. Headlights. Got the LEDs. Alright, I think it's done. Yeah, she's done now. Any new interiors? No, I got that. The Ultra. Doesn't it have my girl in there either? Man. Does it have my dogs? Wow, why? I should have dogs too. No wonder I haven't put much in this. Alright, that's all I got then. And that's my Peterbilt. Kenworth. That's a beast. See my wife in there? My minions. See, this is the one. I could not believe it. But dress and all, my wife was bigger chested, but dress and all, the way she had her hair, my wife dressed like this for one of her niece's weddings, even the clip in the back, the black clip. Dressed like that for one of my niece's, one of her niece's weddings. So when I saw that, oh my god, it reminded me of her so much. But there's also, I got doggies. And my International Lone Star. And this is the one that I'm in now. And I wish it had a extra axle like this one. And like this one. But. And actually I think I'm gonna get back into the Kenworth. Oh shoot, I can't. I'm on a load, so I can't do that. Let me park this thing. pull forward. And detach. Lower the suspension. Shut the truck off. Go to sleep. And now I'm gonna save it, come back later. Cause I gotta check and see if they're starting to move cars yet or not. No, I'm gonna shut down for a little bit. And I'll start up another stream later with some racing. So, have a good one all. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for joining.